Welcome back to the channel, guys. It is me, 8744. So today, guys, I'm going to do my Barca 3, Real Madrid 2 quick little reaction for you guys. Obviously, I did a little YouTube short for you guys. I felt bad I couldn't do a full video because obviously because I had to do that one literally outside in the parking lot of the event. But obviously, I wanted to do a proper one when I get back, which is the reason why we couldn't do a stream because obviously I couldn't really do a stream at that kind of circumstance. But anyhow, let's just go over my quick thoughts. Barcelona, man, we have now won three El Clásicos against Real Madrid this season, and all of which we were the better team. Now, this one you could probably say was the closest and probably the best one. I think Real Madrid put up their best performance, especially the second half. After the second half, they were great because that first half was shambles. That first half was embarrassing for Real Madrid. They hardly did anything in that first half. They were looking so bad. Mainly, a lot of their chances were offside. And that Pedri goal, what a beautiful goal that is from Pedri. And I think Pedri's been one of our best players this season. He has been undoubtedly so amazing. The reason why people don't talk about Pedri more is because he doesn't have the goals, doesn't have the assist. But when you actually look at his game, just watch him play week in, week out, you can see the passes he's making. He's the intelligence, the vision, the way he's able to command the midfield and do everything like that at the age of him is incredible. Like this guy's a very young player, and the guy is doing this at such a young age when like he's playing as like an experienced midfielder. That's the thing, guys. This is just the early version of Pedri. Just imagine Pedri in a few years' time on his absolute peak. We'll see the best of him. Second half, though, Real Madrid really upped it up. Barca were really poor for majority of the second half. Then Mbappe scored a beautiful free kick, direct free kick. And this is a direct. I know the Leganes one isn't direct, but this one legitimately counts. And obviously, that there's a Twitter account, with Mbappe. Has Mbappe ever scored a free kick? Well, that account's getting shut down because this is the direct one. Anyhow, I think it's okay. How will Barca respond? That was a goal that came out. That was a brilliant goal there, and he came off the bench. Obviously, Mbappe didn't start the game, and he came on, had an impact in the second half. And then obviously Tchouaméni. Tchouaméni scores the header there, brilliant cross there from Guller, and he was how will Barca respond to here? Because this is the first time at the three El Clásicos. Well, actually, no, this is the second time. This is the second time we're in a losing position against Real Madrid. But remember, guys, this time it was the 72nd minute, and like this was getting worried. I was getting worried as a Barca fan. I'm like, oh no, are we really gonna screw this up? Then Ferran Torres scores there. Bad communication there from Rudiger and Courtois. Torres capitalized upon that to make it 2-all. There was the debate. The Sharks scores. It was okay. Barca can do this, man. Then in extra time, and then comes the controversial thing at the end, which in my opinion should have been a pen. The penalty wasn't given. I think it wasn't given because it was offside, I believe, or I think Rafinha dived. No, sorry, I think Rafinha dived. I think he gave a yellow card for Rafinha for diving, which I didn't really agree with, but it is what it is. We got the job done extra time though. Kounde scored the dagger. And I think Real Madrid, they were kind of prepping to go to pens. And I think I was the game plan extra time that, okay, we'll just see out and maybe try to see our chance with pens. But obviously, Barca really knew that we shouldn't take this to pens because at penalties, we wouldn't be the favorites. Real Madrid would probably be the favorites if we go to pens because we got Courtois for ground out. So I just think that for Barca, we got what we needed. And I just think that Flick has done an incredible job with this team because, guys, only one signing was made this summer. Danny Olmo came in. Besides that, everything else is practically the same. And for Carlo Ancelotti, it's looking like the end for him because Real Madrid's out of the Champions League. Obviously, they got humiliated by Arsenal. They're now out of the Copa del Rey, and La Liga still technically they're up in their still attainable, but the chance of them winning La Liga is very slim because Barca are looking great. And remember, they have a 4 point gap. But the only way I could see Real Madrid winning La Liga is if they win the El Clasico. And that El Clasico is going to be May 11th. Obviously, it's going to come out very soon, in a few weeks' time. And if they don't win that one, I think it's really peak for Real Madrid. So for Carlo Ancelotti, man, it's looking bad for them for Real Madrid because a lot of people are hyping them up at the beginning of the season that Real Madrid could actually maybe do a win the La Liga, do back to back because they should. Carlo Ancelotti finally does back to back La Ligas. If Real Madrid finally does back to back La Ligas for the first time since '08, and maybe see how they do in the Champions League. And there are even some Madrid fans saying that if Mbappe coming in, they could win the treble. Well, we have seen that that's not been the case, and I think football is not played on paper and simple. So for Barca, as I said, man, this is now two Infinity Stones we have completed. We have completed the Spanish Super Cup, the Copa del Rey. Now we're trying to see if we can win La Liga and Champions League as we try to do not just the treble, but the quadruple, which that will be an incredible achievement for Barca if we are to do so. But we'll have to wait and see, guys. And for Hansi Flick, man, he's done an incredible job with the team. He's never lost a final. That record still continues. And for Barca, as I said, man, just a fantastic win for us to show that character that even when we're losing this game, we still have that fight and belief in ourselves that, yeah, we're not going to give up. We're not going to give up. So, credit to Barcelona for getting the win. I thought Yamal was amazing. I thought Pedri was fantastic. Barca, Iago Martinez was great. Ferran Torres was obviously good. Obviously, Kounde will get a lot of the headlines. But yeah, for Barca, as I said, man, just a huge win for us and a massive win. And for Real Madrid, as I said, man, let's see how this season ends because this season could be a nightmare season for Real Madrid. So, anyways, those are my thoughts on this game, guys. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below, guys. And once again, guys, Barcelona have beaten Real Madrid 3 times in this season, guys, which is peak to say, guys. So, yeah. Anyways, we'll discuss more about this in our weekend recap stream later today, guys. And yeah, I'll see you guys later, man. Peace out.